What if we told you there's a place in bustling Tokyo, a city we often think of as relentlessly modern? What if there's a spot there holding centuries of secrets, dramatic history, surprising hidden gems, things often overlooked by the casual visitor? Imagine stepping into a kind of time capsule right there in the city.
Well, that place exists.
Huh?
Welcome to Itabashi. It's a district in Tokyo that's really so much more than just a train station or a convenient hub. Our deep dive today is going to peel back those layers, look at how Itabashi, even its name, has witnessed Japan's incredible journey through history.
Right. And our mission is to unpack those rich stories, connect them to what you can see now, and maybe guide you to some unexpected spots for a really unique experience. We've looked at historical texts, travel guides, local press, even some surprising video tours to bring it all to life.
Yeah, lots of good stuff to draw on.
So if you're ready to discover a different side of Tokyo, maybe a more soulful side, full of these unexpected tales and places, then let's start our deep dive into Itabashi.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning, the origins. And the name itself seems like the place to start, right? Itabashi.
Exactly. It literally means board bridge. Simple as that. The district gets its name from an old wooden bridge over the Shakujii River. It was a really key crossing point for centuries.
Just a simple wooden bridge.
But, the board bridge, it wasn't just any crossing. Itabashi was the very first shukubamachi, that's the designated post town
Oh,
on the Nakasendō highway, after you left Nihonbashi in Edo. So think of it as the gateway to Edo.
a gateway. Like the first stop or the last stop.
Both, really.
Yeah.
A place for those emotional goodbyes for people leaving, but also the joyous hellos for those arriving in the capital. Kind of like a major airport or train station today, in a way. A vital connection point.
That's a great image. You can almost picture it, can't you? Grand daimyo processions.
Merchants bustling about, ordinary travelers. Our sources say it was incredibly vibrant, divided into three main parts, Kamijuku, Nakajuku, Hirojuku.
That's right.
And packed with over 400 houses, inns, taverns, even hair salons, just buzzing with activity.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just about people passing through. Historically, Itabashi was also really important for agriculture. It was a big rice-producing area, had lots of water from the Shakujii and Senkawa rivers.
Okay.
And that water powered numerous water mills, you see, for milling rice, other grains, directly feeding Edo, essentially.
Wow, so it was supporting the capital in a very direct way.
Definitely. Even a gateway town was crucial for the basics.
And it's amazing how some of that lingers.
Yeah.
If you go today, you can still visit the Itabashi Bridge site. It's concrete now, obviously, but it still has that historical feel,
It does.
But maybe even better, especially in spring, the banks of the Shakujii River. They're lined with 1,000 cherry trees. It creates this stunning cherry blossom tunnel, a real hidden gem for Hanami, away from the big crowds.
Oh, that sounds lovely. And quieter than Ueno Park, I bet.
Much quieter.
And to really grasp the scale of that old post town, the Itabashi Ward Local History Museum is excellent. Highly recommend it.
Good tip. What can you see there?
Oh, historical maps, great photos, artifacts from like the Stone Age right up to modern times. Gives you the whole picture.
Nice. And just walking around, can you still feel the history?
You can. If you walk along the path of the old Nakasendō, you start noticing things, like the building shapes, narrow fronts, but really deep. That was because of the old tax system based on frontage.
Ah, interesting.
And look out for these odd T-junctions in the road. They look random,
Yeah.
but they were defensive, designed to disorient invaders, slow them down. The streets themselves tell stories.
That's fascinating. Okay, so Itabashi wasn't just a busy stopover. It saw some real drama too, right?
Oh, absolutely. The story takes a much more dramatic turn now. We get into figures like Kondō Isami.
The Shinsengumi leader?
It's the very same. Leader of that special police force in Kyoto during the Bakumatsu period, the end of the shogunate. Turbulent times. After his defeat, he was captured and executed right here in Itabashi, 1868.
Wow. Right there.
Right there. And his loyal retainer, Nagakura Shinpachi, made sure he was buried properly at Manjuin Temple. A really loyal act. Makes you think, doesn't it? How many seemingly ordinary places hold these major historical moments?
It really does change how you look at a place. It underlines that gateway idea again, but in a darker way, like the end of the road for some.
Exactly. The edge of the capital, where the old order, guys like Kondō, met their end as Japan was forced into a new era.
And then there's the story of Imperial Princess Kazunomiya. That's quite poignant too.
Very much so. This was 1861. Her procession was heading to Edo for a political marriage she didn't want, and they deliberately routed her around a specific tree in Itabashi, the Enkiri Enoki, the cutting ties elm.
Because the name was bad luck for a marriage.
Precisely. Too inauspicious. The irony, of course, is her marriage was ill-fated, like the tree somehow knew. Shows how much superstition and fate played a role back then, even for royalty.
Wow. And shifting gears completely. The industrial side. Itabashi played a big role there, too.
A huge role. It was home to this massive secondary residence, the Shimoyashiki of the Kaga domain. These guys were incredibly wealthy. Kaga Hayaku Mangoku, 1,000,000 koku of rice wealth.
Okay.
Their estate here was vast, 100,000 tsubo. Now, a tsubo is about 3.3 square meters. So that's
how big is that in total?
equivalent to about 16 Tokyo domes.
16. In Tokyo. That's almost unbelievable today.
I know, just enormous. And later, the Meiji government took it over and turned it into the Tokyo Artillery Factory, a vital place for making modern weapons.
From feudal estate to arms factory.
Exactly. They even used the natural basin shape of the land for cannon testing. It helped contain explosions. It's such a symbol of Japan's rapid shift.
It really is. Itabashi seems to have packed in centuries of change.
It really did. Highway stop, execution site, industrial powerhouse. It saw it all.
So for people wanting to connect with these specific stories today, Kondō Isami.
You can visit Kondō Isami's grave near Itabashi Station. It's a small, quiet memorial. Quite moving, actually. And nearby, there's a stone monument with Nagakura Shinpachi's account of the Shinsengumi Tenmatsuki, real first-hand history.
Okay. And the cutting ties elm, the Enkiri Enoki.
You can visit that, too. It's a third-generation tree now. The original is long gone. But it's still incredibly popular. People hang ima, those wooden wishing plaques.
Still for cutting ties.
Well, yes, sometimes bad relationships, but also, interestingly, people use it to break ties with bad habits, illness, negative things, and to wish for new, positive connections. It's sort of evolved into a modern good fortune spot. Shows how traditions adapt, you know.
That's really cool. And the massive Kaga estate, what's left of that?
Mostly parks now. Kaga Park and Kaganishi Park, lovely green spaces, but if you look closely, you can still see clues. Undulating ground, maybe remnants of the firing range. There's a stone monument marking the Kaga domain residence ruins.
Right.
And some sources say the park design, the pond and paths, was inspired by Kenroku Garden in Kanazawa, the Kaga domain's home base. And again, the local history museum has more detail on the Kaga domain's impact.
Okay, moving into the 20th century. More conflict, but also creativity, you mentioned.
Yes, a real mix. The devastation of the Tokyo air raids in 1945 hit parts of Itabashi hard, like Akatsuka. This led to something quite profound. The chief priest of Jorenji Temple was deeply affected by the loss of life, and he initiated the creation of the Tokyo Daibutsu, the great Buddha of Tokyo, as a prayer for lasting peace.
A direct response to the war.
Absolutely. A powerful symbol of resilience and hope right there.
And going back even further, there was another dark spot. The Itabashi.
Ah, yes. Teardrop Bridge. Back in the Edo period, this area near the Shakujii River included the Itabashi execution ground. Grim stuff. Condemned prisoners supposedly had their last meal, red bean rice nearby. Legends linger about tragic lovers who couldn't be together meeting their end here. Adds layer of melancholy.
Definitely sounds like it.
Yeah.
But then, Toho Studios. Godzilla, how does that fit in?
Right, a surprising turn. In 1942, Toho Studios built a huge facility in Itabashi, 30,000 tsubo. And get this, its underground air raid shelters weren't just for safety or storing film, they became a special effects research laboratory.
No way.
Yes. This is where visionaries like Eiji Tsuburaya, the Godzilla guy, experimented with special effects techniques. So you could say Godzilla's origins, or at least the tech behind him, have roots in an Itabashi air raid shelter.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
Talk about creativity under pressure. And
Yeah.
jazz. How did jazz end up in Itabashi?
Another amazing story of adaptation. Post-war, a black market sprung up the Durando market, dealing in, U.S. military supplies mostly.
Okay, a typical post-war black market.
But amidst all that, it became this unexpected hub. The legendary jazz pianist Toshiko Akiyoshi actually learned piano on a paper keyboard there. Just imagine the atmosphere, vibrant, improvisational, that black market accidentally helped foster Japanese jazz.
Learning piano on paper in a black market,
Yeah.
that's resilience.
It really speaks to the human spirit, doesn't it? Finding ways to create, even then.
It truly does. Okay, so for visitors wanting to experience these layers, the Tokyo Daibutsu.
Definitely visit it. At Jorenji Temple, near Nishitakashima-dera Station, it's an impressive 13-meter bronze Buddha, finished in 1977, and significantly it faces the city, with its back to the direction the bombers came from.
Ah, symbolizing protection.
Exactly. A prayer for peace. The temple has info on its history. Very moving.
And Itabashi, Teardrop Bridge.
You can go there. Along the Shakujii River, find the 7 sorrowful Jizo statues. Each has a unique little waka poem. And look under the bridge for Shinji Nagasaka's art installation, Rainbow of Tears, made from recycled glass. Quite striking. And if you're brave, apparently they offer monthly ghost story walks around there, too.
Ooh, spooky. And the film history.
Check out the Green Scent Library. They've preserved a 30-meter section of an actual air raid shelter wall. It's covered in murals about Showa-era film history, really unique. And nearby, there's the Film Forest Cafe. They show rare pre-war films, and you sit in actual director's chairs. You can even try a special effects workshop run by old prop makers sometimes. Get hands-on.
That sounds brilliant for film buff.
And the Jazz Connection.
For music fans, yeah. You can do a sort of self-guided jazz holy site tour in the shopping arcades. Look for 8 jazz plaques, scan them with your phone, and you can hear live 1950s recordings.
And there's a cafe called Twilight, apparently has 2,000 pre-war jazz records, a real archive. On Friday nights, they have a cardboard jazz night. People can rent instruments and jam. Remember Toshiko Akiyoshi's paper keyboard?
Love that connection.
You can even try Jazz Special Curry, a dish apparently inspired by U.S. Army curry powder and black market coffee from back then.
A taste of history. Amazing.
So from ancient bridges, samurai tales, industrial might, war, peace, film, jazz, Itabashi just shows how history isn't locked away. It's right there in the streets, the parks, the temples, even the cafes, waiting to be found.
It really is. It demonstrates how these layers build up, doesn't it? Each one leaving a mark, shaping the present.
It's a perfect example of that. Itabashi lets you feel the pulse of Japan's past if you just, take the time to look and listen.
So as you think about Itabashi, all its hidden depths and surprising stories, maybe take a moment to consider. What seemingly ordinary places in your own town or city might be holding on to centuries of untold history? What could you discover if you paused, looked a bit closer, looked beyond the obvious, and did your own deep dive?